That's some good tea. Okay. Doing our first video of the year on January 1st, 2023. I'm gonna have to get used to saying that. January 1st, 2023. Nice. I usually don't do New Year's resolutions ever, but I do set a tone for the rest of the year. But this is not about that. So this is not a personal video. This is strictly a business video. So even though Gap Funding Partners is really personal to me, this is a video about that. My partner told me to do a video before Christmas, do a holiday video, do a follow-up video, do this, do that, and I decided not to. Or I should have, but I didn't. Just wanted to enjoy the family, enjoy the time, and enjoy a lot of things, but I should have did a video. But I'm doing this wouldn't be a recap video because I don't want to go into extreme detail, but just want to let everyone know, my name is Tyrone Harris, one of the co-owners of Gap Funding Partners and of Loans by Ty, and soon to come Properties by Ty, in the process of getting a broker's license. So Property by Ty or Properties by Ty, however you want to say it. And one of the owners of Truth Plug TV and the owner of Acquisitions Direct LLC. And I'll break down a lot of those in a minute, a lot of the different nuances behind those businesses or ventures. And one of the helpers of Case Your Game, that's Noah's business. And then Liam's business is CM Fonts. So that's CM Fonts stands for Chipper Monkey. Chipper Monkey Fonts, I guess, is what he's going to call it. CM Fonts LLC, cmfonts.com. They also have their editing business. I forgot the name of that. They have a website and videos coming soon. Video editing business. They have another business called Drone Bros, which is their drone flying business. So if you want to book them for real estate, for parties, for anything you need drone related, for any aerial videos you want to do, they have a very, very professional drone. They've been going through drone training, so they're going to do that. This is all about them becoming entrepreneurs, financially free, whatever you want to call it, hobbies and expansion beyond themselves, beyond school and beyond the normal things kids do. They're getting into that, so we'll talk about that later. But this video is about Gap Funding Partners. Gap Funding Partners, LLC. We took a little lull, but we're just structuring our business a way to be, I guess, separate ourselves from what's going on in the financial world right now, and then tapping into what's going on currently in the financial world. I know that sounds silly, but that's basically what it is. So we've been heads down working, tying up loose ends, nuts and bolts, dotting I's and crossing T's. But our main mission has been always to see how we can set ourselves apart, to grow, and again, how we can plug ourselves into the climate of the financial world right now to be successful. Because it takes both. It takes setting yourself apart. It takes how you handle your customer base and how you still operate inside of the financial world right now to be relevant and to also be current on what's going on government-wise, politically, and with the climate, with interest rates and everything, and how we tie into the financial climate to make it work. Working with realtors, working with loan officers, working with accounts, working with trucking companies, and all the other entities we work with. So I don't know how much of this I'm going to cut out. So if this stays, bear with me, it's going somewhere. So if you stuck around through all of that, so bear with me. Again, my name is Tyrone Harris, and I'm one of the owners of Gap Funding Partners. You're going to hear that name a lot this year. So if you're watching this video, you're either on our YouTube channel, you on our Facebook page, you on my personal Facebook page, you on my partner's Facebook page, and anybody else who is affiliated with Gap Funding Partners. You're gonna hear that name a lot this year. So I don't like doing the backstories. This is not a webinar. This is not anything. Let me get one set. This is not one of those videos where you're going to, oh, watch 45 minutes of me and tell you how much does this thing cost, or how much, or what are we getting out of it, or what are the tools, and what is the business all about, or what do you actually do? No, straight up and down. The business is called Gap Funding Partners. Why we call it Gap Funding Partners is because the name Gap Funding it's been around for a long time. The term Gap Funding has been around for a long time, but we took that term to tie it into our customer base. Originally was realtors and real estate investors. They understand what that term means as, from the past. But also, what we need to be doing now is establishing what Gap Funding really means to us now. And what Gap Funding really means to us now is bridging the gap. That's all. Bridging the gap between being successful and not being successful. In the gap from starting your business to operating your business, from having a business and growing your business, from making your business just a pet project to something that's viable, and also making your business recession proof. If your business is not, you're bridging the gap from an recession proof business to a recession proof business with the things we provide. And bridging the gap from not being approved to approved. We have all of those things to look for in what we provide, but we are definitely in this for the long haul. Definitely 100% in this for the long haul. So with that being said, is Gap Funding Partners exists as an entity to not only work with every business out there, no matter what the business needs are, but also to take it from step one all the way forward. Meaning that if there's any way we can insert ourselves into helping you grow your business, we will. Most businesses say fill out the application, oh, you got denied. Most businesses will say, oh, fill this application, oh, we can't work with you at this time. But they don't give you the tools to say, how can we work with you? Or where can we work with you? Where can we refer you to in our inner circle to be a valuable source for you or resource for you to get funding? If your business hasn't thought outside of the box on how to get funding, we think outside of the box for you, and we tell you, look, do this to get funding, and then help you establish a relationship with either as credit repair, financial consultants if you don't have that, with your CPA if you don't have one already, or how your CPA should be working with you to line you up for funding. With that being said, we have a lot of resources that we've gained over the years to even work with loan officers, to even work with real estate investors, to work with realtors, to work with non-QM lenders. If you don't know what that term means, that's a non-qualified mortgage, meaning that a loan that can't be sold to Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac or Ginnie Mae or any one of those entities as it stands, but we work with those lenders as well. I'm a licensed loan officer, so we work with correspondent lenders, like your Bank of Americas and your UWMs of the world, and we have a way of working with them. Talk to me on the side. I'll go into detail about that. That can be a whole video series, so I'm not going to go into that right now. But we can use our services to work with you if you're buying your first home, your first investment property, or even your 15th investment property, to see how you could leverage what we provide to work with you in that instance. Because we work with a lot of fix and flippers, we work with a lot of people in that world, we work with a lot of commercial lenders to work with their clients, but we can work with residential buyers as well. But talk to me on the side. That's, again, a whole series that we can do, but I can answer any questions about that. But Gap Funding Partners provides funding for people with a 650 or higher credit score, with provable income or proof of income, we say, because the type of lender we are, we have to show income because that's the ability to pay, and that's what lenders provide the funding based on income. So we provide 20,000. I've seen 10 to 15,000, but we have we're set up for people that are receiving funding from 20,000 to 450,000. And how the type of clients we work with are 650 higher credit score, low inquiries, and showing an ability to pay. Meaning that if you have collections, if you have charge-offs, you have discharge, information or trade lines on your credit report, just make sure that there's zero balance or is paid off, and then we can work with you. If you have current late payments, we can work with you, but it's going to reduce the amount of funding you get. Everything is inside of a box. So look at it like this: if you have no recent lates, if you have no inquiries, if you have low debt, you make 100,000 a year, and you've been on your job for 2 years, so you have W-2s, you have pay stubs that you can show, or you're self-employed, and you've actually filed your 2021 tax returns. Now we're going into filing 2022, so those are going to be required pretty soon. Actually, in the next couple months they'll be required, but definitely 2021 tax returns. Then we can work with you. So you make $100,000, you have a low debt, you can qualify for, with our program, 75 to 150, $150,000, depending on how much debt you have, depending on how many inquiries you have, depending on how much you are responsible for on a monthly basis. That's called a debt to income ratio. Those things are really special when it comes to qualifying because all of those things matter. Some hold more weight than others, but they're really important. So how we structure that is, we collect your documents, we send it to our underwriter pre-underwrites it and lets you know they need to work on this, they need to work on that, or they're good to go. This is their projected funding amounts. So what type of lender we are? That's probably your next question. We are an unsecured, non-recourse lender, meaning that you can use our funds for anything. You come to us and say, this is what I need the funds for, and we'll structure it and say, yes, you can tell us what you need the funds for, but we give you cash. So how it works is cash is deposited to your account, meaning that exact funding is deposited to your account. It's not a line of credit, which we do that as well. So if you want additional funding, our initial funding would be cash, but if you want to apply for a line of credit on top of that and see how much that qualifies for, we do have the ability to do that. And then it's not credit cards, which we do have the ability to do credit card stacking, but that's not our main business. So that's something you have to be upfront and tell us you want that in addition to maximize your funding, or you don't want it at all, but that's something we can do as well. And we do provide business funding. So we provide personal term loans, business term loans, personal line of credit, business line of credit, and credit card approvals for those who are interested in that. So it's 5 different layers just inside of gap funding. And then for the personal term loans and the business term loans, they can be used for any purpose. Meaning that if you want to use it to raise capital, to buy equipment, to go on vacation, to pay off taxes, to pay payroll, whatever the reason is, you want to use it for an addition on your house, you want to use it to remodel your home, use it to buy a new vehicle, use it to pay off your vehicle, pay off your debt, you can, because it's cash, it's unsecured. So meaning that we don't have anything to go after if you don't pay back this loan. But obviously we want you to pay your loan because we have other things that we could put you in the running for if you, or not if, when you're successful with 9 to 24 months payments, we can put you in line for other services that we offer down the line with successful payments on personal and business term loans. So we can help you out with that. But our goal strictly is to get you started. Some people will qualify for, for 50,000, but if they went to somebody else on their own, they probably will get denied and get 0. So you filled out applications for, these quicker loans, these gurus that you hear on TV that are saying do this, do that, but pay up front or come part of my seminar or come part of my mastermind and do all this stuff. Yes, we have all that stuff. We have a Facebook group, we have a mastermind group, we have a group where you can ask questions in, but all of that's free for advice. If you want us to handhold and walk you through, time is money, but all of that is free as far as the services we provide. But the goal with us is to get you started. We don't care about where you are trying to go. We we will meet you where your need is. So that's a very big thing with us. We had a program before in 2021 or 2020 called Step Up. We will meet you where you are to get to the next step. So with that being said, it's unsecured funding. So I get a lot of people asking this question. Well, will you put a second mortgage on my property I'm buying, or I need funding for this real estate transaction, or I need to lease this truck. Can I use you as a leasing company as well? The answer to all of that is no. It's cash. We don't put a second mortgage on your real estate property. We don't put a lease on your truck or a lien on your truck. You will get cash from us and you will buy your truck outright. You will pay your loan back that you got, your personal term loan, but you own your house. You own your equipment. You don't have a lien on it if obviously you get approved for that much. But most times people on the real estate side use us for the first mortgage or maybe use us for their down payment, rehab, or closing costs to get qualified for that. And then they have a first lender they use already, then the lender refers them to us, or they use us for that first lender and then also for the gap funding. But we're unsecured non-recourse. If you know what that means, you are celebrating. If you don't know what that means, again, message us on the side and I'll explain it to you. But non-recourse, unsecured is what we provide. So what sets us apart from any other lender? Why can I do this myself? Well, we have a lot of clients that are business people that they get caught up in the snares and the traps and the nuances of lending and funding. People say, well, I have an 800 credit score. I can go to any lender I want and get this. Well, then this isn't for you. This is for those that are starting out. These are the people that have good credit but got caught in the snares and the traps of the lending business, the financial or consumer lending business. Can't go to SBA because it's going to take 60, 90, or 120 days to get your loan done. You're going to go through a mountain of paperwork. So they have more immediate needs than that. So then that's not a thing that they could, use. So again, we work with SBA. So you come to us, you get the immediate funding you need to get started, to start on your revenue stream journey. And then once you start on your revenue journey, you apply for that SBA loan once you have the credibility or the payments or the seasoning that SBA is looking for. So that's how that works. The next step is, well, what sets you apart? Well, I have to tell a story because obviously stories are, they are what they are. So I have a client who has a high 700 credit score, 790, business owner, has been in business for a really long time. When I say really long time, I mean, 5+ years. Business has experienced a lot of revenue growth over the last few years. They want to expand their business, so they go to their bank where they deposit all of their money, where they have their business and personal checking account with. They go to that bank and the bank says no. They apply for a $100,000 loan with the bank. The bank says you're denied. That's impossible. I have a 790 credit score. My business has been increasing and growing year after year, every year, month to month even. My personal and business banking accounts with you. You see the revenue I bring in. You see my credit score. You see my ability to pay, or my payment history. Why? Well, it shows here 11 months ago or 12 months ago, you changed your business name. Okay. Well, you changed your business name, so you're essentially a new business now. No, I didn't change my business name. I just changed it from a sole proprietorship to an LLC, and I modified my business name. But I never changed my bank. I'm still bank with you. It's the same revenue, same business. I'm the same person. Well, I can't approve you. You got denied. They make over, last year they made over 375,000. The year before that they probably made more, or a little bit over 300. But the business wouldn't, the lender wouldn't give them anything. Not that the problem is they didn't give them 100,000. They didn't give them anything. They didn't tell them, okay, well, we'll give you 25 and grow from there. We'll give you 50, or we'll start out something with you, or we'll work something out with you. No, they gave them zero. So they came to us and was like, well, let's see what you got. I don't have really high hopes about this, but let's see what you can do. Lo and behold, we got them pre-approved. We said there's a few hoops you have to jump through because of your debt to income ratio, pay off some debt, which they did. And then within 7 business days, we got them over $100,000 in funding. Just like that, because their banks wouldn't touch them. So the $100,000 of funding we got them actually hit their account on Thanksgiving. So they woke up Thanksgiving with something to be thankful for, even though their family were already thankful with their family, the children, everything that, they worked hard for, but they woke up with the money they needed in their account within 10 business days, probably less around that time with that. That's how this works. We are a resource when the banks are not helping you, but the banks that we have, we know how to work with them. We know how to structure it to get you the funding you need. This is proven. We've done this time and time again over the last 22 months. We've been really successful. We helped a lot of people. We've helped a lot of businesses. We created a lot of loyal customers, a lot of loyal account execs, a lot of loyal repeat customers. Another instance is where we had a client that came to us only looking for $50,000. Well, they only wanted $50,000, but they couldn't get $50,000. So they said, okay, well, how does this work? We explained how this worked. They said, okay, well, thank you. I can go do this on my own. So they went and did it on their own, tried to get the funding they needed, and they were only able to get $10,000 in funding. Because you know what they did? They went to each lender that they went to individually, and they got their credit pulled by all of these lenders, over 15 inquiries in a matter of one day. And then only the first lender that didn't see that approved them for $10,000. They needed 50, mind you. Only approved them for $10,000. And then the other lender said, oh, you have too many inquiries. Oh, you have too many inquiries from lenders that we are, that are competition. So they denied them, every single one. So they came back to us and said, what can we do? It's like, that's why we asked the question, do you have a lot of inquiries on your credit report? Because most lenders will deny you because of that. So we can't, in good faith, help out because of that situation. So what I told them, I have a credit restoration rep that we work with. We don't make money off of it, but we have somebody that we work with. Go to that person, get funding. Work with them, get those inquiries removed. They got those inquiries removed in a matter of a few days because of, they said that they weren't authorized. Obviously they were, but they didn't want to, stand by those inquiries because of the fact that, they didn't know that the lenders were going to pull their credit each and every time. So they got the inquiries removed. A week later, I think a week or two later, they came back to us with those inquiries removed, and we were able to get them $85,000 in funding. Now, do they have to take all $85,000? No, they could take as much as they want. But they got approved for $85,000. They did it on their own, only got $10,000. They only needed 50. We got them $85,000. But they've been in this cycle of debt and revenue, paying off debt, and then going back into debt instead of expanding their business and getting funding. So the $85,000 was able to help them pay off a lot of their debt that they have. Yes, did they have to apply for funding? Is this going to create a situation for more debt? Yes, but what they're doing with this debt is they're restructuring it. They're taking some of that revenue to increase their business. So any debt they get from us is basically the cost of doing business, because it's cash. We're not taking anything from them. We're not taking an asset. We're not taking a percentage of their business. This is cash. So they do with that cash what they will to operate the business, to increase their business, to create working capital, and to expand. And what they did with that is took the 85 grand and increased their business. That's the service we provide. That's our main service we provide. You could go at this alone, or you can go with this with a partner. That's why we're called Gap Funding Partners, because we're your partner. Our average funding for people that go at this alone and then come back to us to do, it's 5 to 7 times. We get them 5 to 7 times more money, more funding that they can get on their own. 5 to 7 times. We have accounts that we work with. If you are a contractor or a roofer or a landscaper, or you do any type of high ticket items, where your business is a high ticket item, you build ADUs, you are a trucking company where you sell trucks or lease trucks. What we provide is you have the ability to offer funding. No cost to you, no systems to learn, no hoops to jump through. Everything is paid for by the client. When you send them to us, they get qualified, they pay the fee, you get the money. There's no liens, there's no mechanic liens, anything like that. You do the work you're supposed to, and you get paid cash because you know this person's funded because they're backed by us. And everybody who we work with, every account that we have, if it's a landscaper, if it's a concrete guy, if it's a trucking company, we've increased the revenue in their business by 30 to 40%, and that's being really conservative. 30 to 40%. Think of a contractor or a painter. You have a huge job, a commercial job. You go into it, that person can't pay you. You quote them a $75,000 job for a remodel, and they say, okay, we'll call you when we're ready. And you say, you know what? Fill out this application. It's online. It takes 10 seconds. Fill it out. See how much you get qualified for. It's not a lien on your house. This is cash to you to afford to do this job. You go through that, you get qualified, and then they say, oh, wow, I got pre-approved for this much. Now you can start this job. Those guys are getting 30 to 40% increase in customers working with them. Now they're super busy, they don't know what to do. Trucking companies, guy comes in and says, I have to lease this truck and pay all this money, and if I don't make any money, then you're gonna take my truck, right? It's like, yeah, the leasing company, if you don't pay for your truck, they repossess it. Your life's blood is dependent on the economy, gas prices, everything. If you don't make money, your truck gets repossessed. Call this company. Call Gap Funding Partners. Get qualified for 80 grand. Go to that same fleet center. Buy your truck outright. You own the truck now. No pink slip. It's yours. In that instance, gas prices go up. We go into another recession, another COVID break. You own your truck. Nobody can take your livelihood from you. You can rent it out to other companies. You can go do something else with your truck that normally you wouldn't be able to do. But the all in all this, you can shut it down or increase your business, do whatever you want because you own it. Recession proof. Remember I talked about that earlier? Recession proof to non-recession proof. Now you are a recession proof business because you own your truck. No one can take it from you. No leasing company can come knocking on your door. Nobody to fight with. You own it. No selling your truck back to the company and this and that because you own the truck. All the way from the Amazon driver all the way to the over-the-road driver, the OTR guy. You can buy your truck. Newsflash, Amazon has sold all is in the process of selling all the trucks. Either you buy the trucks from them from a fleet service company or you lease the truck through a fleet service company. But Amazon is out of the business of owning trucks. All their drivers, they're trying to get them to. My thing is saying Amazon because that's what I call it. I changed it from Alexa, so I should not say that. But we are all in this game. You're going to hear a lot about Gap Funding Partners. You're going to hear a lot about the other services we provide through all of our entities, through Loans by Ty, through our brokerage, through our real estate firm, through our Acquisitions Direct, which is buying and selling businesses through our Acquisitions Direct platform. You're going to hear a lot about Gap Funding Partners, and people are using that to purchase businesses and to work in that mindset. But I talked your ear off, but we are ready to take over. We're ready to reiterate that this is a time. Time is now to step out. You don't know how to start? We'll make a plan for you. I have partners right now with beautiful businesses that of giving and taking, taking advantage of the resources that they have and the skills that they have and the knowledge that they have, but they don't know where to start. And they're going through the pitfalls of starting a business and having capital for this and working a job but trying to start the business and don't know where to start. Well, you start small at little places, but we're here to help you start in that process. Do you have your LLC? Do you have your EIN number already? Do you have your business bank account? Okay, boom, we can get you funding. You have that already, so let's start. You have your business idea, you're ready to go. You found a property that you want to buy, you got pre-approved, now you need to come with a down payment. Well, take a step back. Now you know you can do that process. Now let that property go, take a step back. Get gap funding now. Get enough money you need for your down payment, your closing costs, your appraisal fees, your inspection fees, and reserves now. So you have that money, so then you go out and find another property. Then as you find another property, you are in the position to get that first mortgage and have your down payment and close instead of putting the cart before the horse. Now you have that capability. So that's what we're here to provide. We're not just a lending company, we're a resource to help you every step of the way. You don't qualify for all the money you need, but you have enough money to create your LLC, pay your first year's taxes on your business, do the things you need, expand your business. We have a merchant or MCA merchant credit account program as well, where you can get involved in that to lower your fees. If you take credit cards, and then go that route, we can help you with that too. But it's always a place to start somewhere. You don't meet the credit requirements to get the to get 100,000, but you need 10, but you get qualified for 10. Use that $10,000 to get your credit repaired or restored, to increase your credit score to enough to qualify for the bigger amount, and then pay that monthly payment on time, and then come back, you qualify for the 100,000, and then you get 100,000. We are in position to start anywhere. Like my partner always says, we did our job. So obviously we get paid for the work we do, and obviously the lenders get paid for the work they do. So those are fees associated with that. Obviously we help you with this is the paperwork that's needed. These are the documents supplied. You have weekly calls with our underwriting department and our underwriting partner to help you set it up the right way. But the goal is for you to start somewhere, and we're looking to start with you as your partner, to start with you. No one else is doing this. No one else is holding anyone's hand. No one else is telling somebody, oh, you don't qualify for this, so let me help you get to the next step. No one else is doing that. Everybody is out to get what they can get and move on to the next one. We're in a position through grace and through faith to take a step back and tell people, I can help you start. What do you have? You have a team of people. You have 9 other people that want to start a fund. Well, let's start the fund the right way. Use this resource to start your fund to get where you need to go. But it is a process, and we're here to help you with the process. Gap Funding Partners in 2023 will be heard. We will be all over the place. You will hear about us. We started out advertising on advertising on Facebook, Instagram, a lot of other places, and by word of mouth. When we started 23 months ago, all of our, actually, I forget that. A year ago today is when we had our first approval with our partner. We had other resources that we were working on back then, and we were, making connections with everybody else. But a year ago today is when we submitted our first file with our former partner and got our first approval on January 1st, 2022. And in 30 days, we got 100 applications in 30 days. And in 30 days, 20% of our applications said they found you on Google. Actually, less than 20% said we found you on Google. About 10%. Now, that's over 70% where people say, I Googled it and you guys were the first ones to come up. all through hard work. We didn't spend any money on advertising. It was all by producing a product and pushing that product and being consistent. 70 more than 70% of the people, when I look at applications, one of the applications is, where did you find us? How did you hear about us? Google. We Googled you. We Googled you. Facebook came up, your Instagram came up. We just Googled you. We Googled Gap Funding, we Googled Gap Lending, we Googled unsecured lending, and you guys were up 75% of the time. So in 1 year's time, we turned that around from less than 10% to 75%. And we're looking to not increase that, but we're looking to increase our presence out there on all platforms and through all of our other entities. And we're looking to be partners with you as well. Sorry that I talked to you up. I'll shorten this video and chop it up a little bit, but I just want to get a little serious with you today. And I love you, and I honestly wish and pray that everybody has a wonderful, fantastic, blessed year, this year, next year, the year after next, going after your goals, accomplishing your goals, accomplishing your dreams, and making the things you want to happen accomplish. And the things that you're doing, that they increase the way they're supposed to be. You put in the work, it should increase. I do wish everybody wins. And Gap Funding Partners, our whole mission is making sure everybody wins. Our whole business is built on everybody winning. So have a lovely, 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 lovely evening on this January 1st. I pray everybody had a blessed and peaceful and loving Christmas and Thanksgiving and New Year's holiday. And if you didn't, I pray that everything that you're going through, that it will work itself out. And on top of that, that you will get the grace and the love you need and the warmth and the hug you need from whoever's the closest person to you. If it's family or friends or somebody that you just met that will put into your life to be that warming embrace and touch and voice of reason and peaceful sound for you. So I pray all of this, and I hope everybody have a wonderful time. Have a good day. Gap Funding Partners,